You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of ABK Media Group, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County every day at 9 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, all my Gwinnetians out there in Gwinnett land and all around the world listening to the sound of my voice. It's a beautiful, icy day here in Gwinnett County. It's not really icy, it's chilly. 43 degrees, only going up to a high about 45. So that's kind of cold. You know, it's crazy. We had a beautiful, beautiful weekend. So I'm so excited to say that this past weekend I did my first pop-up small business Saturday. And this is an event. This is my first major event since about 2002. I did an event back in 2002. When I tell you my heart was, it might have been 2000. It might have been 2000, almost 19 years ago. But it was a great event, right? And I helped so many women. So I did a pageant called a Big Beautiful Doll Pageant. I told you last week I would tell you this story. I didn't want to tell the story before then because I didn't want to go into the whole mindset of where I was 19 years ago or so. But I did an event. I had a doll company called a Big Beautiful Dolls, and we did a pageant for women who were plus size. And we had women come from as far as Nebraska, as far as all around the United States and Canada to participate in this pageant. And what they said to me was, a lot of them, the majority of them, like I think I had 21 contestants, and out of 21 contestants, I got feedback, probably 19 of those. 2 of them didn't give me feedback because they lost, right? Because it was a pageant. And I let the 2 people, and they didn't even say anything bad. It was other people that were surrounding them that said bad things. But I let that put so much fear in my heart that I never gave an event then, because I got such bad remarks. I got like a dirty letter from somebody, and that played out in my mind like crazy for the last 19 years. And because of that, I just had this thing about giving events. It was so painful. Like that event was so, here's the crazy part. I could not hear all the positivity that I got. All I heard was the negativity, right? And I've held on that to 19 years. And it has, when I tell you it has really like put a dent in where I could be in business, it has. And I did I did some work with a young lady. Her name is Ara Cole earlier this year. And I gotta do a testimonial for her because she helped me get some breakthroughs. I understood exactly why I was kind of stuck, right? Even though I'm moving forward and I'm progressing, I could be so much further along. But I realized that these type of things had me stuck, right? And so I knew I had to give an event. I knew. So she helped me do some breakthroughs, and I really got to go back and give her a testimonial to help me discover, where did it all fall apart for me? Like, where did this fear come from? And she took me back. She did some hypnotherapy with me. She took me back. I went back to when I was 3, 7, and then I was 33. And that whole event happened when I was like 33 years old. And I remember my brother and his friend was at the door collecting for the event, right? And they were souped up because I need some big guys to make sure, everybody was, back then it wasn't no PayPal where you could swipe a card. It wasn't that. It was all cash. And we were down at the Hilton Hotel down at Newark Penn Station in the ballroom. There was no room for standing. You know how you have an event in a standing room on? There was no standing room. It was so many people who came out to support the event. And looking at it, it should have been a huge success for me. But when I tell you it was so painful. The girl, the one young lady who won, she was beautiful. She had a warm spirit. It was so many things. And it was all the things that I put out in the universe that I didn't want to happen. Everything that I put out in the universe that I did not want to happen, happened. And the only thing was I didn't want people to think that we cheated and we had favoritism. That's what I put out there, right? And that's exactly what people thought. Well, not everybody. Some people did. And the very thing that I focused so hard on, because I was in a pageant. Like, my daughter was 6 months old. I was in a pageant. And it was favoritism. It was like they used us to just like bring people in the door to make money. It was that kind of thing. And I was like, I don't want that. That's not how my pageant is going to be. And it was not like that. I went and got judges that nobody knew. Sonia Lean, who at the time was, I think, one of the editors for Black Enterprise Magazine, was one of my judges. I had a judge from like the Spinners. I had this judge. I should not have had her because she the one messed it up for me. She wasn't a professional. She was a professional business. She was a corporate worker. And instead of her sitting the whole thing and judging, she got up and left. And so we had to bring in another judge to replace her during the whole court. It was crazy. But I said all that to say, the event this Saturday went well. And of course, there were some people who were unhappy. It was my first event. I did Instagram ads. I did posts every day. I did press releases twice. I did a whole lot of things, right? But it was a holiday weekend, right? That was one thing. Two, it was a Saturday. So people probably was tired because it was a holiday weekend. So my turnout for customers wasn't as high as I wanted. And then there were people who made a killing. We did have people come out, and there were people that did really, really well. And then there was 3 people who probably did not do. They were pretty much in the same business. And it was, they were in the back of the place. And I guarantee you was a whole lot of negative energy back there because I got a message that they were back there and they were just saying some terrible things. And, but it was all negative energy. So they don't even understand. And here's what I've come to learn. They were putting out negative energy. So all the people that walked through the door that was positive, they stopped right before the negative energy. They wouldn't even go that far. So you got to be careful of what you put out to the universe. Now, normally when I get a report that someone is unhappy, I take it to heart. So I had to fight this weekend to when I got the report that there were like 2 or 3 people that were unhappy, right? It was only like 2 or 3. And it was like out of 2 or 3, it was like 19 happy people, right? And 2 or 3 unhappy. Again, the same thing. 19 happy, 2 or 3 unhappy, excuse me. And when I got that message, everything in me just started to go back to 2000. And I had to fight all weekend to get out of that and realize I helped people. And I have 3 testimonials from people who said, you know what, I'm so glad I did this. I'll to your next one. I'll follow you anywhere. It was crazy. It was stuff like that. I got gifts, and I had to force myself to not focus on the 3 negative people, and force myself to focus on the people that were happy, the people that it was their first time, it was their first event. They got, they felt good about it. I got encouragement from one young lady. She had a t-shirt company, and she was just really encouraging me because she said she does something. She hosts an event every month. I said, girl, I don't know how you do that. Like that's a lot. But anyway, I said all that to say, in my closing, my inspiration for the day, I'm going to talk about that at the end. But I just wanted to share the story with you. Pop-Up Small Business Saturday was a success. I had some amazing vendors there. The goal next year is to be the Infinite Energy Center, and I'm going to start working on that right now so we can market all year long up until that day. So I'm going to work on that right now, securing the Infinite Energy Center. So I'm putting that out in the universe, bring on sponsors to help me promote these small businesses. I kind of just did. I wanted to just do something because I needed to break that chain of fear that I had from 20 years ago, and I did that. And I feel empowered. I got to tell you, I feel totally empowered, and I'm looking forward to next year. I was looking for my once a year annual event. This is my once a year annual event. Next year, hopefully, it'll be better. It'll be a day with seminars and workshops and things like that, and vending. So I'm working for next year, and I'm starting right now to check that out and go. I'm going to go to the Infinite Energy Center. I'm going to see what it looks like, where we can go, and things like that. So Infinite Energy Center next year. I'm excited about that. But anyway, I wanted to just share that story with you guys because, I had a one Thanksgiving. I hope you did too. My family and friends were here. We played games. I love playing games. Like, I'm a big kid at heart. I love playing games. We had a great time, and I had a wonderful event. I helped a lot of people get out and break the ice as their first. I had about 5 women. This was their first time ever vending, and I think all 5 of them did really well, which is great. Some beautiful people, some beautiful products and services that was there. I had a gentleman there. His name was Lincoln. He was so calm. Like, his company is called His Business Partners, right? And he was my first person to buy a space. When I tell you Lincoln was so calm, he was so calm. Just like really, really calm. And he was calm the whole time. And he said to me, he said, if I reach one person, that's great. And he sat there so calm the whole time. And I was like, wow, I need to be like this guy. But he was, so it's people like him who helped me get through, my own stuff. It's my stuff, and we all have our own stuff. But anyway, the event was great. All right, so today is December the 2nd. December the 2nd. And I'm about to do the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. He's our resident astrologist here. He don't even know it, but he is. One day I hope to meet him. And we're going to kick it off like we always do, and that's with Aries. Aries, try to channel your energy into professional endeavors. You may want to get involved in some kind of creative group. You are best to stick to basics. Work on getting ahead by picking up added skills. That's right, Aries. If you want to get ahead, learn something new. I tell people that all the time. You got to learn. You got to always be learning. Like when you stop learning, you might as well be dead. I'm just saying, because now you're not progressing. So if you want to get ahead today, Aries, learn a new skill. And you can go to places like Udemy, skills.com, udacity.com. I'm taking a class probably in a couple of weeks on Udacity. Right now, I registered already. And I'm excited about the class. And it's a class for Salesforce. Salesforce is a huge marketing platform. But you always got to be learning. You know, in my company, I'm rebranding a company, so I need to be in a position where I know more skills to provide more services to people that need my help. And so in order for me to get those skills or brush up on those skills or tighten up those skills, I got to learn new stuff. So you got to learn, Aries. So go out there and pick up a new skill. Taurus, remember to talk to them, not at them. Children may be less than honest with you. It might be best to keep your ideas to yourself today. Talk to them, not at them. When you talk to someone, Taurus, when you talk to someone, you have a conversation with them. When you talk at someone, you tell them what to do, what they should be doing. So you want to talk to them and not at them today. And if you got any big ideas, keep them to yourself. Don't share them today. Today is not the day to share. All right, Gemini, don't let your jealousy be the reason for a decaying relationship. Your temper could be short if someone criticizes your efforts. You will be able to communicate well today. Here's the thing, Gemini. If anyone criticizes you, and they will, and I have to learn that. Someone told me that night at that pageant, Audrey, you got to grow tough skin if you're going to be in this game. Her name was Janine Biggins. And I don't know if she's still out there, but Janine told me that night. I'm never going to forget that. That was 20 years ago. I could see her face telling me that. I cried like a baby that night. But people are going to criticize you no matter what you do. And you know what? Don't let it hold you back. Because that criticism of me held me back for 20 years. Now I feel like I'm ready to break out for real. Yes, I've done some amazing things over the last 20 years. Launched TV networks, launched podcast networks, written some books. I've done some amazing things. But just imagine had I not let the criticism hold me back, all of the other amazing things I could have done. So, Gemini, someone may piss you off today. They may criticize you. But don't let it get to you. And definitely don't hold on to it. Because that's their opinion, and everybody's entitled to theirs. All right, Cancer. Your attitudes at work will open new avenues for you. Romance can develop through social activities or short trips. Try to curb your overindulgence today. Okay. So your attitude at work may open up some new avenues for you. That means you got to have a good attitude at work, Cancer. People are watching. Let me tell you something. People are always watching. They are always. All right, Leo. Discuss your problems and complaints if you wish to rectify them. Changes in your domestic situation will prove to be favorable in the long run. Find out more if you want to start your own business. Leo, if you want to start your own business, do your homework. And here's the thing. Why are you starting the business? Start something that you're passionate about. Some people would beg to differ with me on this. They start something that's going to make some money. A lot of things can make money. But here's the thing. If you're not passionate about it, you're only going to get to a certain level. I've done a lot of things that make a lot of money. And because it makes a lot of money, I'm passionate. If I'm not passionate about it, it doesn't work. So I'm just telling you to be passionate about what you do. That's all I'm saying. All right, Virgo. You could gain approval with kudos. You could gain approval and get kudos and ask for help if you put a little heart into your speech or request. Renovations to your domestic scene will pay high rewards. You can dazzle members of the opposite sex with your quick wit and charm. Okay. You want to dazzle some folks today? Quick wit? Yes, go ahead. An aggressive charm, Virgo, it's on you today, baby. It's your thing. Go ahead with yourself. All right. Stay tuned. I'm going to a song and I'll be back to bring you more of the horoscopes brought to you by noted astrologer Micah Thyssen. You're listening to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show.
same energy. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, this the 7 seas. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage as they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. It's your girl Audrey Bell Kearney giving you the daily rundown and the horoscope. So we're gonna pick it up with Libra. You can make money, but try not to let it slip through your fingers. You should catch up on correspondence. Travel could turn out to be more exciting than you imagine. Do some traveling today. Have some fun. That's all I'm saying. Could be exciting, and you could make some money. That's always a good thing. Always a good thing. All right. Let's move on to Scorpio. You can make new connections if you play your cards right. The seed around you is evident. Catch up on your correspondence and reading. Listen, there's some deceitful people around you today, Scorpio. Get away from them. And if you see it, don't ignore it. Watch all the red flags. That's all I'm saying. All right. Sagittarius, sit back. Get involved in groups and organizations that are distinguished nature. You can expect insincere gestures of friendliness today. Watch out for the too basic folks. Just watch them. That's all I'm saying, Sag. Listen, it was a beautiful weekend, a lot of love, a lot of giving, but they got the snakes out there, people, Scorpio and Sag. You got some snakes out there. Watch them. Capricorn, you may want to take another look at investments you are about to make. Try to be tolerant of the moves of those around you. Moves will be hectic, but favorable in the end. Listen, any investment you're going to make today or thinking about making, take a look at it. And if you don't know what you're looking at, Capricorn, get somebody that does. Get you a professional before you sign on the dotted line. Make sure you understand everything that's going on. Because once you put your money in there, it's in the hands of other people. So just make sure you know what you're doing. Or if you don't know what you're doing, get a professional. I can't say that enough. Aquarius, stubborn about making changes around your home. Don't ruffle the feathers of those you care about most. You are best not to confront situations that deal with in-laws or relatives. It's holiday season. Don't confront the family. Do not. Just go ahead. Be at peace. I know sometimes it's hard. Bite your tongue. You want to have a good holiday, especially if it's not something super important. Like it's something stupid. Blow it off, Aquarius. Don't do it. My fellow fish, Pisces, avoid confrontations with coworkers who aren't pulling their weight. You may be overreacting to personal problems. Be careful signing important contracts today. What does that mean? All right, fish. I don't have any coworkers, so that doesn't apply to me. Overreacting to personal problems. Let's pray that doesn't apply to me either. And I don't know what I'm signing today. I hope it's a check. A big check. Yeah. All right, anyway, that's all I got for you today. Those are your horoscopes brought to you by Noted Astrologer Michael Thies. I'll be back again tomorrow to bring you more horoscopes, but let's move on to some news you can use. So, this is a part of the show I call People Helping People, and I thought this was a great lead story after such a great Thanksgiving. So, Jackson MC donates $25,000 to special needs schools of Gwinnett. Yeah, this is nice. I've talked about them before. They were doing a building. I interviewed the young lady oh God, I forgot her name. Please forgive me. Terry, earlier this year, and she was telling me about their new building, their facility, and so Jackson EMC has donated money to special needs school. Is a school for young adults with disabilities, and so because most of the time when you get past a certain age, there's nothing for you, so they focus on special needs children in this new building. So it's a nonprofit. It provides private school service to these children. The donation helped them build a modern building where they can all be together. And she talked about that earlier this year. She talked about how they were excited about that because they had been working out of a trailer for a long time, and so now they're going to be in their own building and be able to serve more students, 50 more students. The school expects the building to be completed and ready by the spring of 2020. So kudos to Jackson EMC for that donation. I know they could really, really use it. Yeah, people helping people. That's what it's all about. And you do it all the time, all year long, not just sometimes. See, I need to understand that because first let's give them a round of applause for that donation. Because they didn't have to, but they did. Good gesture. But what I was going to say, Jackson EMC is my gas company, and we get a rebate check every year from them. Isn't that nice? I need to understand how that works and why. I just know it comes in the mail. I'm like, oh, okay. Never turn down money. Thank you. Yep, never turn down money. But we get a check in the mail every year from Jackson EMC. All right, so Christa Kirk, Suwanee attorney Christa Kirk announced this past week that she would run for the Gwinnett Superior Court seat currently held by Judge Kathryn Schrader, who is currently barred by a state committee from presiding over cases after she and 3 others were indicted this year on computer trespassing. So I don't know if you remember the story. I talked about it, but Catherine and the owner of DragonCon, they were all doing some computer tampering because Schrader said she felt that she was being spied on. So Schrader's seat is up for election next year, and Kirk, who founded the Kirk Law Firm P.C., is the only person who has announced plans to run for it so far. Schrader has been under fire since it was revealed that she had hired private investigator T.J. Ward, who in turn brought in a man named Frank Karic and DragonCon founder Ed Kramer because she believed Gwinnett District Attorney Danny Porter was hacking her computer. So she brought in her own hackers. Let's see who's hacking. Let's hack him to see if he's hacking us. Anyway, that has cost her seat on the Superior Court. Judge is going to be running for that seat so far. So far, no one's throwing that in the ring for that seat. So we'll see how that rolls out. I'll be talking more about politics along. I got so many plans coming down the pike. This show is going to be geared toward, it has always been geared towards Gwinnett and the community. But more of the interviews are going to be from community leaders, which I've done a whole lot of those. I'm going to be launching a new show next month, and it's going to be geared more towards innovators and entrepreneurs and authors, and I'm excited about that, and I think that's going to be live streamed as well. So still working out all the details with that, but just got some really great plans coming down the pike for some things that's going on with the company, rebranding my company all together, new name, new look, all that good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. It is really, really cool. So I'm not complaining. I'm just enjoying myself, doing some great things here and moving forward. I love it. I love what I do, and I will keep on doing it. I will keep on doing things that bring me pleasure, things that enhance our community. And I feel like just being able to talk to more community leaders about where we're heading and the things we got going on. All right, so Lawrenceville City Council recently approved changes to the city's regular meeting dates. Beginning in 2020, the City Council will move work session meetings to 5 p.m. second Wednesday of the month, and the regular council meetings to 7 p.m. on the fourth Monday of each month. Unless noted, these meetings are conducted at City Hall, located at 70 South Clayton Street. A special call meeting of City Council may be convened at any time in accordance with the Georgia law. All meetings where official actions are to be taken are open to the public. So you got some new dates coming down the pipe. So just put this on your calendar. So if you go to these on a regular basis, beginning in 2020, the City Council work session will be meetings will be 5 p.m. on the second Wednesday of each month, and the real city council meetings will meet at 7 p.m. on the fourth Monday of each month. And all of these meetings will be held at City Hall, 70 South Clayton Street. So mark your calendar so you'll know that if you go to the meetings on a regular basis, because they're changing the schedule, you might get left out. So just make sure you know that. All right, I'm going to a song. I'll be right back after this song to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County right here on the Gwinnett Show.
I might be broken down, but I'm smiling. I keep my head up high, though I fail. Sometimes I get a bit emotional, but then I turn around and let it go. I see you watching me from a distance. I see you can't decide what to feel, but if you dig a little deeper, boy, you know you really wanna get to know me. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another day to tell you you shouldn't wait. Don't be so afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm acting tough, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Jump on my roller coaster and hold tight. It won't be easy, but it'll be fun. Sometimes it goes the whole way up and down. I think you're ready now to leave the ground. Get in the fast lane, babe, you can make it. I promise I'll be there all the way. And if you get a little broken down, all that you gotta do is keep your head high. Let's get this out of the way. I can't wait another day to tell you you shouldn't wait. Don't be so afraid. Yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm acting tough, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Oh, 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 oh. Baby, I'm all yours. Oh, 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 yeah, I'm a bit too much, but I'm fun and games. When I'm acting tough, I just wanna play. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours. Come and get it, 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 come and get it. If you are looking for one hell of a ride, just come and get it. Baby, I'm all yours.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. Your girl, Ojibel Kearney, giving you the daily rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. So, I'm always talking about new development going on. So, development with 276 apartments and 69 townhouses proposed for near the fairgrounds. So, that's right by me. That is literally like 2 miles down the road from me. Yeah. And it's a lot of land. It's like 35 acres over there. I was wondering when they were going to, build something there. So a developer is seeking permission to build a high-density development with apartments and townhouses across Sugarloaf Parkway from Gwinnett County Fairgrounds. Planners and Engineers Collaborative is seeking rezoning to allow the construction of 276 apartments and 69 townhomes on a combined 35.53 acres of property on the 2400 block of Sugarloaf Parkway. It's directly across the street. So if you go down Sugarloaf, you're going to see it on the left-hand side. If you're coming from Grayson Highway, if you're coming from Scenic Highway, it's on your right-hand side. The site is currently zoned for R100 single-family resident development, but Planners and Engineers Collaborative wants it rezoned for RM13 for apartments and a portion of the site for RTH for townhomes. I thought they was going to put some, I think they should put some single-family homes on there. Now, I will vote on that. Under the R100 zoning, the property is not economically feasible due to the large portion of the site containing the existing power easement. And the amount of existing floodplain estimated to be a little under 8 acres. Okay. Planning and Engineers Collaborative President Kenneth Wood said in a letter to the county officials. In addition, the amount of existing stream buffers and substantial topographical relief around the streams. I didn't even know was stream over there. A stream, I didn't even know there were streams over there, and I pass by there all the time. Limits the areas to be developed on the site. So that's why they're trying to put the apartments there. Okay. The Gwinnett County Planning Commission is scheduled to take up the proposal and hold a public hearing on it at the end of its monthly meeting at 7 p.m. on Tuesday at the Gwinnett Justice and Administration Center, which is located at 75 Langley Drive in Lawrenceville. Yeah, they're saying that the development faced an uphill struggle to get permission to build the development. However, county staff have recommended denial. Ooh, wow. Oh, okay. So county staff has recommended the denial of the proposal because it will be in the middle of an area populated by single-family residential communities. Based on existing residential patterns, the proposed developments may not be appropriate for this location, staff wrote in the report on the proposal. While townhomes are lower development density than apartments and currently exist closer to Scenic Highway and Sugarloaf intersection, the proposed location is incapable with an adjacent low-density resident uses. Furthermore, the unified plan policies do not support level of density or housing patterns requested. Yeah, because I can tell you right now, when the fair is there, it is terrible trying to get through there. Like, if you try to, terrible. So now you're going to put, like, 300 houses, like townhomes and apartments there. It's about 300, because that equals out to about 300, right? So when you do 276 plus 69 is 300 and some change, and let's say all of them have 2 cars, which most people do. So you're talking about 600, 700 additional cars. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, so more than 350 apartments proposed for Athens Highway near Loganville. I'm telling you, Gwinnett is popping. It is popping. If you are a developer, I don't know, this seems like the place to come. Now, are your plans going to get approved? I don't know. So another developer wants to get 18.42 acres of land at the intersection of Athens Highway and Wellbrook Drive rezoned for commercial use, residential mixed use to accommodate 352-unit apartment complex according to county documents. Mason Family Management LLC is seeking the rezoning, which is set to get a public hearing before the Gwinnett County Planning Commission Tuesday night. The property, which is in the Loganville area, is currently zoned for business district, but county documents list was vacant and heavily wooded. Okay. The proposed development as set in application represents a downsizing of the property from its current commercial designation with its large-scale commercial use, Attorney Shane Lanham wrote in a letter to the county officials. So they want to put 352 apartments there. So again, this is going to be Tuesday night at 7 o'clock over at GJAC. So if you want to go out and hear, there's a public hearing. It's going to be this Tuesday at 7 o'clock at GJAC, located at 75 Langley Drive in Lawrenceville. Yeah. I don't know what the thoughts are about that. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. A lot of development going on. A lot of builders. That's a mixed-use development. I found that those are a little bit more attractive to people because it brings in, like, restaurants and, things like that. Mostly restaurants. Like, they're building right down. I didn't even think they would build something like that downtown Lawrenceville, but they are, and they're almost finished. Yep. So, yes. We'll see what happens. Got to keep it moving. I know some people don't like change, so a lot of them are happy because they feel like we're losing our country feel. And that part of that is true. Because part of it you are. You're using that homegrown feel country. Not much. I'll be right back after the song to give you more of the rundown about what's going on in and around Gwinnett County. Stay tuned.
I know it don't show, but I'm falling. Cigarette smoke, sick from drinking. Baby, don't think I will save you, but I'll tell you the things we can do if you give in. There is nothing to be broken. Hear this moment. Don't let me think that give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Too high in this moment. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep. Do it again and again, babe. No matter if we come clean. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep. Don't let me think back, give me what I need. Just wanna forget, don't need time to breathe. Two hearts pumping blood, beating up for fun. Caress my bruises, don't wanna go deep.
So listen, guys, I have a couple events to announce, and then that's all I'm going to have for today. I'm going to play another song after that. So right now, Primetime Yoga. If you want to do yoga today, Primetime Yoga health class, 12:30 to 1:30. And that's over. These are classes that are held at the Gwinnett Medical Center. And there's a membership to these classes. But if you want to check out this class, it's going to be 12:30. And I know you guys probably did some ate a lot, probably to do your yoga, but they got a class at 12:30 to 1:30. They have a membership, so if you are a member, the class is free, but I think if you're not a member, you have to pay a small fee, and it's a small fee. But anyway, it's at the Glancy campus in the Peach Room, and that's 3215 McClure Bridge Road in Duluth. The class meets once a week. It teaches you yoga, so if you've never done yoga before, you might want to check it out. My mom and I was doing like some classes like that together. Like we were doing like a little yoga class, and because we were doing like chair exercises and yoga and things like that, because when she had breast cancer, the chemo and stuff did something to her legs, and so she was not able to bounce back like she thought she could. So we do like basic stuff in the chair. But anyway, there's another class if you want to learn how to do Tai Chi. That's from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. also at Gwinnett Medical Center. And that's located, again, at the Glancy campus, Peach Room, 3215 McClure Bridge Road in Duluth. If you got questions about these classes, you can give them a call. That way you can find out more information about what the fee actually is, because I know there's a fee. I just don't know what it is. It doesn't show it on the calendar, but there is a fee for that. The number to call is 678-312-5000 and ask for classes and events, or you can go to gwinnettmedicalcenter.org and /classes and events, and the class schedule will come up. They got a lot of different classes. They got breastfeeding classes today at 7 p.m. So if you want to learn how to breastfeed, that's this evening at 7 p.m. Medical weight loss, that's tomorrow from 12 p.m. to 12:45. Could be good for somebody who looking to get healthy and things like that. So yeah, check it out. If you did a whole lot of eating, I didn't eat a lot over Thanksgiving. I ate more yesterday than I did Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving I played some games. Like I love games, so we cooked stuff, and then after that I was playing games. So I didn't do a whole lot of eating. But some of us, we got it in. Now you got it in. So anyway, if you want to get out and do some salsa today, learn some dance classes and things like that, and learn salsa and bachata. There's a class being held today at Dancing for Fun Studios, Dance Studio in Peachtree Corners, and that's at 6025 Peachtree Parkway and Peachtree Corner. So if you want to get out and learn salsa and the bachata, going out there. Dancing for Fun Dance Studio, 6025 Peachtree Parkway, and that's Peachtree Corners. And that's from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Learn how to do some salsa, baby. Yes. Go to Dancing for Fun. Go to their website. Give them a call. Their number is 678-304-7343. Again, that number is 678-304-7343. Call them and check out their fees and see what you got to do to come in there. Or you can go to their website, dancing4fun.com, dancingforfun.com for more information about that event. All right, listen, I'm going to my last song, and I'll be back to give you my inspiration of the day before I shut it down for the day. Yep.
I'll be missing you, love. Yeah, I'll be missing you, love. And the good times that we had, I'll be missing you, love. I'll be missing you and your love, your love, your love. When I think of you and the two of us together, felt so good for so long. It was you and me forever. Now you walk away, maybe for the better. So tell me something true. Will you miss my love? Will you miss my love? All the good times that we had. Will you miss my love? Will you miss me and my love, my love, my love? When I see you again, I wanna show you how I loved you. You were my one true friend, and I cherish every moment I got to spend with you. I have so much inside of me. I wanna tell you something true. I've been missing you, love. Yeah, I've been missing you, love. All the good times that we had, I've been missing you, love. I've been missing you and your love, your love, your love. I don't wanna waste your time. I don't wanna change your mind. Are you better off alone? Girl, you stole my heart, and I'm losing you. I'm losing you. I'm still missing your love. Yeah, I'm still missing your love. All the good times that we had, I'm still missing your love. I'm still missing you and your love, your love, your love. Oh baby, I'm still missing you. Oh.
Welcome back to the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. So listen, guys, that's all I got for you today. But before I go, I want to leave you a little bit of inspiration. So I told you the story at the beginning of the show about how I had a huge event in the year 2000, a huge mega event. There was so many people there was no standing room. And what I should have looked at the event as a success, but because I got some criticism, I looked at it as a failure, which stopped me from holding the event for like the last 19, almost 20 years. So I held my first event this past Saturday, Pop-Up Small Businesses, and I felt the same kind of pain I felt that night when I heard that a couple people were dissatisfied with the turnout. Well, and when people made money, like there were people that came out, but I guess they felt like they should have made more money, and I almost let that derail me and set me back 20 years, right? But I didn't. I had to really, really, really dig deep in myself, and I had to really, really, really like pull it together and talk myself through this whole thing, because it stopped me so many years before. And I did. I went online on yesterday and I looked at a video by Dr. Joe Dispenza. It was an amazing video, and it was all about, getting out of your own way, pretty much. That's really what it was about. And I felt so empowered, but I had to learn that I can't control people's emotions. I can only control mine. I can't control people's tongue. I can only control mine. I can't keep looking back, trying to go forward. So that's my inspiration for you today. Why look back when you can look ahead? Don't stay stuck in the past. Like, that held me back. And I'm sharing that with you because it held me back in big ways. And I know it did. And when I work with Aura, and I will share her information on the website. I got to do a lot of website updates in the next couple of days. But when I did my session with Aura Cole, who is a hypnotist, a hypnotherapist, I had a breakthrough. So I knew that was my biggest, like I had a breakthrough when I was 3. I had a breakthrough when I was 7. But it was when I was 33 that set me into motion of going backwards, right? It was when I was 33 years old that I got this terrible pain of criticism and rejection that stopped me from moving forward. So, my inspiration is don't try to move, don't keep looking back. You got to keep looking forward. And if you find yourself stuck, seek out help, seek out assistance. Had I known that was stopping me like way back then, I probably would have seeked out help before then, but I didn't know. I had gotten to a point in my career, in my business, where I was stagnant. And I was like, okay, something has got to give. I need to make some different changes, but I don't even know what changes to make. And when I realized through that session with Aura that was where it all started to fall apart for me. That's where it all started to stop. That's where I got stuck at. When I realized that, I was like, okay, now what do I do to move forward? Well, I need to give an event. And I gave the event this year, and I'm proud of the event. And I plan on doing bigger next year and better. And I plan on being a way for more people to come out and share what they do with people. And I plan on getting sponsors to come on and help me market the event and things like that. So I am happy that I moved forward. And I hope that you continuously move forward. Don't get stuck looking backwards, because it's in the past. That's why they call it the past. Focus on your future. Think about what you want. Be clear about what you want. And whatever is hindering you, beat it down. Beat it down. Because that's what I had to do. I had to beat down that whole hindrance. I did. And I'm happy about that. And I could sit here today and I could tell you that it wasn't easy. It has stopped me for a very long time. But I moved past it, and I'm looking forward to doing my next big event in 2020. So anyway, glad you guys stuck around for the last 54 minutes. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you spent them with me, and I appreciate you so much. I'll be back again tomorrow to bring you more of what's going on around Gwinnett County right here on the Good Morning Gwinnett Show. So until next time, y'all, make it a great day. Bye now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you missed an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.